Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin for the daily price updates. As usual, we're gonna start with the channeling, but we're not gonna take so much time here because we have to explain a lot of scenarios going on in there with the new price here that we got yesterday or the new high that we got. Many possibilities are unfolding right now, and we're gonna talk about it in detail. So basically, we are in this bull run. We have, of course, our three waves toward the downside right now, which suggesting a WX and a Y 1-to-1 fib level, very likely to be the case scenario. And we are looking for something as a shallow bear market, as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, potentially as a wave C later on. So A, B, and a C very likely. Now, what is exactly the potential of this ABC? Now, it can be, of course, a regular flat. It can be several probability, like an expanding flat or even triangle here, or a WX and a wave Y. So we're going to talk about it also in detail. Now, the deep correction is very, very far possibility, guys. So I'm not going to waste your time with it. Before we break this low, it's now impossible to be in a deep bear market, especially that the base channel is broken decisively and we push toward the upside here inside the base channel. Now, of course, it can be something like a W and X and a wave Y inside the base channel, but this will finish up, of course, our correction as a wave 2 very likely and push toward the upside. Let's see this exactly what it might be the case here. So in the shallow bear market, so as a wave WX and a Y, I would say you might get this probability here as a 3 ways down, and then you might get another 3 ways up, and that means it can be potentially here, it can be an ABC first. This is the first possibility as A, B, and a C, and then pushing down. It can be another probability here for a potential wave B, as well as a double zigzag. So zigzag up, another zigzag there, and another zigzag up. So then pushing down, meaning W, X, and Y as well, and then pushing down for this wave C, as you can see there. Now, the probability for a triangle is out yesterday, and this is the high that we got here. The probability for this triangle is out right now. So I would say the path can be here as a potential W, X, and a Y, just like that. Yeah, so this is the bearish path right now, that it has changed yesterday with the first high that we took over there. And that means it's a double zigzag in like kind of like this, and then an X in between, and then pushing it toward the downside to reach this area. And this will, as I mentioned before, like it will keep like flowing inside the base channel. Yeah, so it can still flowing here inside the base channel for a wave 2, guys. So we'll see how this is going to unfold. Basically, this is the probability currently as a kind of like a shallow wave B as well here. Now, what if the things just follow as like really as expected here, potentially for double 1, 2, wave 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and it can be an A, B, and a C even for an expanding flat wave B. Yeah, so it can be a large zigzag toward the upside here. As an expanding flat, meaning an A, B, and a C here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towards lower prices. Now, to not be a dreamer and of course like a moon boy, of course there is a probability even before reaching the expanding flat here is a wave B as a regular flat here, as a 3 ways down, 3 ways up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But basically this wave B here, if you think about it, like you have double 1, 2, and currently we have another 1, 2 here, which it might be the formation of the wave 3, then 4 and a 5, 4, 5. So far the price is working perfectly for this scenario, just to let you know, guys. We're gonna dive inside it and we'll see it, but basically it's working perfectly for this scenario. And if this scenario is going to happen, the wave A is gonna reach around the perfect area for wave B already in one impulse. Therefore, it opens the scenario for this wave B expanding flat in case we're gonna get 3 waves here. However, it can be even something, I don't know. It can somehow, the impulse can be very, very shallow at the end, like a very short wave 3 here, then 4 and a 5, just barely taking the highs, and then having another wave B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe it's gonna play it like this. Nobody knows. It can do it. And then, of course, pushing down later on. But still a good thing. I mean, we might still reach the 100K, that means. So These are the possibilities, guys. Now, the probability for this shallow bear market, therefore, I'm still expecting here a complex structure, for example, and then pushing down, meaning like I'm expecting ABC still looking for higher, even in a complex structure, then pushing down. If we are looking for an ABC also, I would like to see continuation as an impulse here, at least ABC, something like this, and then pushing down again, or an expanding flat here, at least reaching 130K, taking the all-time high here, in case reaching the 1.05 fib level, and we get an aggressive wave C. So all of them has to come back to this area at the end. Of course, don't forget that the time is required so much here for such a correction, and especially after this impulse for this bull run, we need 3 waves in any way, and reaching this area and the timing 0.3856K has to be taken, of course, sooner or later, since we didn't took it yet. Deep correction, we will not waste the time. As I mentioned, it's still very, very far, guys. As pushing like a very deep ABC, this is getting somehow out of the context here. So I'm not going into it anymore. So the wave 2, so I would say not the wave 2, the wave B here, that it might be unfolding there. Actually, for the 2-hour chart, with the new high that we took yesterday, as I mentioned, once we break this area, guys, once we break it, this will change a lot. And as you know, we had a triangle before. By breaking this triangle, we don't have it anymore. It opens a different scenario, since we have finished an impulse as well. A 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here, we might be definitely looking for something, of course, for higher. Now, let's start with the probabilities. Of course, you have first probability, 1, 2, 1, 2, large double 1, 2, and a wave 3 is unfolding toward the upside. Your wave 3 is a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5 unfolding for higher. Again, this is the most bullish scenario that we might get right now. Another bullish scenario is a finished leading diagram, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. All of it is a wave 1. And you're looking for a wave 2, and then, of course, a massive wave 3 pushing toward the upside again, of course, or a wave C. Yeah, so it can be an A, B, and a C. Nobody knows, which is also perfect, can be perfect with our scenario here for a wave B in a regular flat. Yeah, so this can be a 3 ways down, 3 ways up, and then pushing toward the downside. So A, B, and a C, and then lower prices. So that would be perfect for such a scenario in a wave B. By the way, I have to talk about this in the daily for the next time, because since we have an A, B, and a C here, this is perfect. We don't have to think always impulsive. So yeah, so this is very interesting. The next scenario that we have here, as a potential higher prices still looking for it, can be also an A, B, and a wave C, still looking somehow for the 1-to-1 fib level, taken from the A to the B to the C. However, if you take a look here, this is a finished impulse, and it took already the high here. So can be a finished ABC. Well, this is your bearish scenario, but I doubt it so much. Otherwise, it can be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, something like this, as an ending diagonal for an A, B, and a C here. And still can reach, of course, the 1-to-1 fib level. So this is also a probability. Another probability is a W, X, and a Y, where we have a potential W and X, and you're looking for a zigzag as a wave Y, reaching again the same thing as a 1-to-1 fib level, same as a regular flat. So both patterns for the bearish, whether you are in A, B, and a C, or in a W, X, and a Y here, both has to reach the 1-to-1 fib level, and both might reach lower levels, of course, later on. So by all means, all the scenarios right now that we have, even the corrective one that it might push for lower, are calling an 82K for Bitcoin, guys. This is a minimum target that you might expect in the next bull rally, I would say. So currently on the lower time frame, what we might get in any case scenario here is lower prices. Why? Because if you are in a 11112, you're required a wave 2 to hit at least the 0.38 here, and then pushing toward the upside. If you are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, also you are required here a 0.38, but taken from this price, which is gonna reach minimum target, the 69K682, which is around the 0.5 fib level 70K, let's say. Yeah, so this area has to be reached as well as a large 1, 2 here, or a B and a C toward the upside. So this is regarding the bullish. Now the bearish, in case you are in an A, B, and a C, let's say the wave C is looking for kind of like diagonal toward the upside. You're looking for a wave 2, of course, to reach and to break this zone towards the downside, of course. Finally, if you are in a W, an X, and a wave Y here, the wave Y also is an A, B, and a C. You are required to reach this zone and then pushing toward the upside again. By all means, all the scenarios that we have right now, it's a very nice opportunity because most of them are showing, of course, a potential for lower prices and then pushing for higher later on. So it's a very nice opportunity, I would say, unless only one scenario can trap us in case that the wave C is done and finished over here. But I doubt it. The wave C should take the 1-to-1 fib level. Only if it is finished over there, we can be very bearish, but I doubt this, guys. On the lower time frame, 15-minute chart, well, we are already somehow looking for lower prices still. Very likely that we might in an A, a B, and a C here, or 3 waves downward, and we might continue toward the downside. It can be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, even, of course, as an impulse for lower prices. We'll see, guys. Yep, so this is regarding Bitcoin. So I think the price and the analysis is clear. We are looking for at least this area in any case scenario, guys, and then pushing for higher later on. Of course, it can be even lower, around the 67, 68K, and then pushing for higher. So those are my probabilities. Let me remove this to not trick you here. Yep, so this is for Bitcoin today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye. Before you leave, make sure to join our private Discord community. There you will get daily updates faster than YouTube, plus exclusive bonus trading signals for the gold, silver, Bitcoin, and stocks. You can also request one special technical analysis every day and get access even to our only members video on YouTube and also on Discord. And stay ahead, of course, with economic and political news that actually moves the market. And of course, we do regular Q&A sessions, so you can get your questions answered directly in the Discord. And of course, if you're serious about leveling your trading, the Discord link is below in the description and in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.